Shalom, the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negro, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, and the foreign Israelites that look like the other nations. Got to give all praises to Barak Yahawah, Barak Yahawashi, Barak Yahawah, Barak Yahawashi. Got to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. He led me to this truth, has been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who are part of the elect, to the hopeful elect. Lord willing to be part of that number. Lord willing to be edifying to those who fear in the name of the Lord and striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 5, and is not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 9, and it's unto a ring. 2 Ezra chapter 5 verse 42. Lord willing to edify to the flock. Shalom to all the hopeful elect that have been coming back to the obedience of Yahawah Yahawashi under the governing body of Great Millstone. Today is the 4th of July, but I'd like to call it, this lesson, the 4th of July, a liberty based off lies and wickedness, predictive programming. So the Lord put the spirit on me to kind of deal with the video that I seen a long time ago. And I did a video on it once, but I took it down because I wasn't fully in the right spirit yet, you know. But it wasn't like I don't think I was going off in any way. But you know, I was told by an elder to restart all my videos, so I did. But I went and talked to my elder and asked if this is a video that I could repost back up. And you know, he told me that I didn't need his authorization to do it, since I'm not part of Great Millstone. But since I'm reporting to the body, I'm clinging to the body, I still sent it to him and said, is this something that I could edify on? And he approved it. So the Lord put the spirit on me to deal with it today, because it's basically going to show how the Lord uses these movies to show things that Esau Edom is doing behind closed doors, and he's being sought out and he's being found out. So on top of that, it is the day where, you know, they feel like they gain their independence lawfully and righteously and rightfully. Well, once we watch this video, you're going to see that they gained this place off of, you know, lies and deceit. You know, it's going to explain to you how the Lord uses these movies to expose Esau Edom. He makes him make them, you know. And everybody, all of us, we've seen this movie, you know. And if you haven't, it's called Back to the Future. Okay, it's a very old movie. It's created in 1985. We're going to show you today this movie is a 30-year warning of 9/11. And then we're going to put some precepts in. And then I'm going to get out of here. The only reason why I'm doing it so late is because I have to work a double tomorrow. So I have to be there at 11:30. I don't want to go that long without making a video. So I'm going to do this before I go to sleep. So more witness is edifying to the flock. You get something out of this. So we're going to get started. It's about a 12-minute video. Lord willing, this wake up some people to understand how wicked this place is, because there's many things that Esau eating, the so-called white man, has done that we're still finding out and that we don't even know about. That's why it says, seek out his wickedness till we find none. This is something very wicked that he did to gain his riches. So I'm going to get started. Turn down this music. The reason why I chose that song is because that beat to play, because it goes back. Shalom, big bro. How about Shemel Shabrakatah, the one for tuning in? Reason why I chose that song, yeah, you too, Malak. Hey, your video was beautiful tonight. The water for the video, yeah, it got me fired up. And this video right here is going to kind of show you how Esau Edom thinks that he's not going to be sought out. His own people done snitched on him, you know, in this video. And it's going to kind of show you how this predictive programming works, especially through the American classics, through their classics. And so, like I said, Lord willing, is edifying to the flock. And it was a video I did a while back, but I'm glad that the Lord had me redo this, because now I can put a full lesson into it. So, Lord willing, this is edifying. And we're going to get right into it.
Strength and honor, strength and honor, strength and honor. At my signal.
Another thing, this is not my video, it's from this guy, but it really ain't his video either. It's from another guy, from an Edomite. He's blowing the lid off on his own people. So, yeah, you know, Shalom. Yahawashi, Yahawashi, Barak, the water for tuning in, y'all. So it's late, but we out here serving Yahawashi, Yahawashi tonight. So let's get into this video, because we know the word Theo goes back to the word theater, and Theo means God. So we know the Lord makes these movies. So I want to show y'all tonight what he did in this movie. It's about 11-minute movie, and this is the scary truth about Back to the Future.
Unleash hell.
Dear Dr. Brown, the night that I go back in time, you will be shot by terrorists. Please take whatever precautions are necessary to prevent this terrible disaster.
In the 1985 classic, Back to the Future, at a scene called the Twin Pines Mall, you will bear witness to a sudden surprise terrorist attack, perpetrated by a group of Muslim terrorists. The attack is at the Twin, which is a reference to the Twin Towers. When we turn the sign upside down, the digits on the clock read 911 or 9/11. The Twin Pines are a symbolic representation of the Twin Towers. Before the terrorist attack, the twins are present. But after the attack, the twins are gone, replaced with a single pine. This takes place on 9/11, where the twins are destroyed and replaced with a single tower, the One World Trade Building. Also at this scene, Doc shows us two stopwatches, both of which display encoded 9/11s. Is this only a coincidence? The pines are the towers, and this symbol system is confirmed in Back to the Future Part 2, where we see the twin pines appear again on a projection movie screen in Marty's future house. Marty's family gathers around the movie screen, and the twin pines actually morph into the twin towers. This is because the twin pines are the twin towers. The pines are the towers. Pines, towers. And the Twin Pines Mall is the Twin Towers Mall, which is why all the clocks here secretly say 9/11, and why there will be a Muslim terrorist attack resulting in the destruction of the Twin Pines, or the Twin Towers. But the appearance of the towers is not a random backdrop. as we can see the Statue of Liberty lurking just as secretly as the towers, making this scene a secret recreation of New York City, where Marty's family has gathered to stare at Ground Zero. Of these three characters staring at Ground Zero, one of them is completely upside down. But in the entire Back to the Future saga, this is the only time when an upside-down character will ever appear. The hint being given here is to observe the scene from his perspective by turning it upside down. But when doing so, the Twin Towers are clearly shown to be falling down. In the entire history of cinema, this scene of Back to the Future is the most literal depiction ever made showing the Twin Towers falling down. So how is it possible that this scene would occur in a story that already contains a terrorist attack by Muslims at the Twins on 9/11, where the Twins are the Twin Towers, which then execute Hollywood's best depiction of the Twin Towers collapse? But Back to the Future doesn't just portray this attack, it develops into an elaborate warning about it.
Just go back early and warn him. About the future. You will be shot by terrorists.
But Marty is carrying more essential information about the future. He knows the exact time and date that a tower will be struck.
Save the clock tower! Save the clock tower! Don't forget to take a flyer. Save the clock tower!
In a story we already suspect of being a 9/11 warning, how is it possible that this phrase appears on a flyer telling the future? Then, when the tower strike takes place, a giant flaming 9/11 is ignited in the street.
Now, I want to pause this because I know it's hard to see, but when you look in this left corner, there's the 9. And there's the 11 right there, street. See? It's all predictive programming. Esau Edom knows what he's doing, man. He knows what he's doing. Shalom, shalom, Aki. How about Shema Shai Barak? I hope this is edifying for y'all. But yeah, right there in that corner, I say it's hard to catch it. So I wanted to stop it and put that in there. But now we're gonna keep going. We'll keep going, and we're gonna get more than this. Because I'm telling you, you're gonna be like, what? When you get to the end of this, you're gonna be like, for real? Like, you're gonna find out that this was literally talking about, this was a 30-year warning of 9/11. That's literally what Back to the Future is about. That's it.
Marty knows exactly when and where this tower strike will happen because it's all written on this flyer and placed in his hands. But something lurks in the background overseeing this transaction. But why does this symbol hover while Marty is forewarned about the tower strike?
Because we're in Egypt.
Back to the Future was written and directed by Robert Zemeckis, first released in 1985, but to depict the future, Zemeckis chose October 2015.
All right, what's going on, huh? Where are we? When are we? October 21st, 2015. 2015?
The Twin Towers scene takes place in October 2015, and the towers appear on a movie screen, meaning the McFly family is watching a secretly placed Twin Towers movie released on October 2015, directed by Robert Zemeckis. So how could it be that now, in the real October 2015, a major Hollywood production is about to hit theaters worldwide, and it is exclusively about the Twin Towers? It happens to be directed by Robert Zemeckis.
Do you see these Edomites? They think they slick. Do you see this? Do you see this? Look, I got to read these precepts before we get in there. Yeah, this is one of my pulled up, the water. Psalm 64:8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. That's being clothed with humility, the water. Gonna do the next one. We're gonna keep going. But you see that? They did that. Luke 12, verse 2. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. The water for the precepts. I'm finna get back into the video. Because man, just crazy, man. Just boy, yeah, these demons thought they were gonna get away with this. Ain't no way.
Title of this new Twin Towers film is The Walk, and this new Twin Towers film has the exact same release date as the secret Twin Towers film planted in Back to the Future, which exposes the symbolism of the pines and depicts the Twin Towers collapse. So why would Zemeckis now draw our attention to it with a major Hollywood production? Back to the Future was released in 1985, The Walk in 2015, exposing this warning after 30 years. Marty writes this warning into a letter. He seals it shut, intending for it to remain hidden for a specific amount of time.
What's the meaning of this? Find out in 30 years! What's the meaning of this? Find out in 30 years!
The Walk is the reveal of the 9/11 warning given to Doc while he is rigging a giant wire to the Twin Tower representing Clock Tower.
You think, Dr. Brown, what's with the wire?
The Walk is about a plot to rig a giant wire to the Twin Towers. So Marty records the warning while Doc is rigging the wire to the tower. Marty
Esau eat a punk ass think he's slick, man.
Tells Doc he will understand the warning in 30 years.
Find out in 30 years!
30 years later, the director makes a movie about rigging a wire to a tower.
Same
Twin
director.
Towers, because the warning within Marty's letter is about a terrorist attack at the Twin Towers.
What's with the wire? What's with the wire? What's with the wire? What's with the wire?
After rigging this wire, the tower strike takes place, and a Marty McFly from the future runs out onto the scene. He has just time traveled here from October 2015, the release date of The Walk. But in The Walk, standing on top of the Twin Towers, is Marty McFly. This Marty has arrived here from the exact date where this Marty is standing. The plot of The Walk is the tower wire rigging event that just took place at this scene. One Marty is standing on top of the Twin Towers, while the other Marty stands inside a giant flaming 9/11 in the wake of a tower strike. While simultaneously across town, another Marty witnesses a terrorist attack take place at the Twins, which are actually the Twin Towers, a fact we learned from the secretly placed Twin Towers movie released on October 2015. This movie is actually The Walk, which is why it has Marty McFly standing on top of the Twin Towers.
What's the meaning of this? What's the wire? What's with the wire? Find out in 30 years! Find out in 30 years!
See, that's the same pose. That's the same pose he did. That's the same pose, man. See? He's doing the same thing. They knew what they was doing, man. These demons know what they doing, man. That's why I said not to fall into the wiles of the devil, man. This is trickery right here. You see? And they had everybody watching this and everything. They warned everybody in 1985. You see what I'm saying? 16 years before the whole thing went down. It was already shown, but they wasn't going to receive that until 2015. Crazy, man. That's how we know the New World Order is something planned. That's why when they try to say like, oh, it's just a conspiracy. No, it is not, man. Look what the fuck they did in the movie, man. This is plain sight, man. We saw Eden being revealed.
Okay, relax, son. Please, Mark. No, can't. Just send you back to the future. Oh, I can't send you back to the future. I'm back from the future.
More human minds on planet Earth observed 9/11 than any single event in human history, making it a massive terrestrial meditation, concentrating collective consciousness onto a single space-time focal point, making 9/11 humanity's most potent consciousness-altering stargate.
What's the stargate? To figure out that we in a lie, man. But the apostles have been talking about that since the 60s with Abba Bivens, and we know that. But it's an Edomite. He only knows so much.
Zemeckis, a precogging conduit, channels the 9/11 archetype with his Tower Strike Twin Pines terror attack cinematic superimposition, both scenes featuring the transdimensional portal, pointing to 9/11 as the archetype of transcendence. The consciousness portal is opened by touching the 2001 monolith, the movie screen. as touching the two-dimensional screen dispels its three-dimensional guise, revealing how the images it portrayed were not actually real.
See, that's just like this earth. The things that we see ain't really real, man. It's all just Bahasham Yahawashi testing us. Justice and judgment is the habitation of his throne. So that's all this is. This is a test from Bahasham Yahawashi if we can see the illusion. And it says there shall be no enchantment that can basically fool Jacob, you know. And I'll have to pull it up so I won't butcher it.
Forget your own.
To touch the monolith is to be freed from the fabricated narrative portrayed on the screen or by film, finally seeing the illusion employed to paint audience perspective into a box. The screen as the 2001 monolith is.
And you see that? There's the destruction. There's the monolith right there. And watch this.
Present on ground zero in the form of the Millennium Hilton Hotel, which was intentionally built to mimic the 2001 monolith, the movie screen.
And they got a bunch of gorillas over here with the same damn thing. You see this shit, man? Hey, man, Esau Edom think he's slick with his bitch ass, man. He through, man.
Humanity's mass tuning into the 9/11 event was the collective touching of the monolith, where enslaved minds in mass began rejecting the narrative of their controllers. To tune in to 9/11,
this whole thing was
to touch the screen.
Was the Lord warning Jake, basically.
We see the illusion opening the portal of transcendence. As Marty opens this portal during the 9/11 scene splice amalgamation, he makes contact with the illusion by touching film via the film booth at the exact moment the portal opens. Then by touching film via the movie theater at the exact moment the portal opens. Again, to open the portal, Marty must touch film via the movie screen at the exact moment the portal opens. Touching the screen, dispelling the illusion, opening the portal while enacting the 9/11.
And basically, this resembles us touching the Rawchaa Qadash, you know, coming back to the spirit of the Lord. Yeah, surely, here it is. Numbers chapter 23, verse 23. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time, it shall be said of Jacob and Israel, what have the Most High wrought, which is Yahawah. So see, that's all I wanted to show. I don't want to show the whole thing, but you know,
to touch the screen, finally becoming the creator of the fabricated images, relinquishes the monopolization of its power, removing the smoke from the screen and arming the awakened with skepticism. This film instigated ascension is the same.
You see what I'm saying? So, you know, that's all I really was talking about. But you know, we don't get too deep into stuff like that, but it was just to show like how deep Esau Edom has fucked up the earth. Like, look what he done off this movie, you know? And you know, I've been waiting to do it, and I wanted to do it on today. Lord put the spirit on me to do it today because today is the day of Independence Day. Well, independence of what? What do you get independence from? They did this demonic shit to go over there and start the war in Iraq, right? We all know that. But why did they do that? Why did they want to do that? This is why. I got some other precepts I want to put in, but this is the one I want to start with. And then, you know, I'm going to start with my precepts. And of course, you know, the big brothers of Great Millstone, they know this stuff. They know this stuff. You know? They know this stuff. And basically, anybody comes across my screen that all y'all seen, y'all, all my big bros, like, I watched all y'all stuff. Like, y'all, you know, y'all my big bros. You know, even if you younger than me, you know, y'all, even some of the ones that are younger than me, y'all been in the truth longer than me. So it's like, you know, it's an honor to be working with Bahasham Yahawashi with y'all. So Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 5, it says, by thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches. So that's why they did that, because they want to increase their riches through slavery, through war, through mechanisms. And see, this way they enslaved minds. They made people think that they were really the heroes when they went over there to fight in Iraq. You see? So it has thou increased thy riches, and thine heart, which is their mind, is lifted up because thy riches, because they ain't get caught. See, they ain't get caught. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahawashi, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of the Most High, which is their minds. Behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness. Why? Because they deserve it. Look what they did to go over there and take all that oil and mess up Iraq, man. Go over there and mess up them people, man. You see? They deserve what's coming to them. And so many of our people are like, why do they deserve that? Why do they deserve that? Because look what they did, man. They made a movie in 1985, and 30 years later, they want to talk about this is what it was for. You see? Predictive programming. That's what they do. But this is all prophecy, you know, and it's all throughout the scriptures. So we're gonna go get back over here. About to play my music, you know, because this is an old song, Jay-Z's Wicked Ass, but the instrumental, it kind of resembles what we're talking about, you know. This is you know, you're talking about dead presidents, and it's talking about he worships money. You see? And that's what these people worship. They worship money. So I thought I'd bring the instrumental in and show the wickedness of our people, 2/3, and them. You know, like you can feel the energy of this beat. They're just wicked people, man. They're not of us. They don't believe in Yahawah and Yahawashi, man. They don't care, and we're glad they don't. Because if they cared about Yahawah and Yahawashi and we didn't, we'd be in trouble. We're on the right side. They glory themselves in that kind of shit. You know, they really think they're doing the right thing. That's how much the Lord got them bugged out. So this is Salakia. This is Nahum chapter 3, verse 1. We're gonna go into some precepts. Woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery. What they do? They went over there and took all the oil and they made a movie about it. Okay. And prey departeth not. Verse 2, the noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels and of the prancing horses and of the jumping chariots, because all that bread they got through the traffic. They got all that money, power. They got 750 plus military bases across the world. Verse 3, the horsemen lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear. There is a multitude of slain, see, killing their own people, and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses. They got to pay for that, man. They stumble upon their corpses. They have to pay for that. And they think they don't got to pay for that. And that's why they be like, our own people be like, so-called white man really got to die? What do you mean? Look what they've done to the earth. Look what they've done to their own people. Look what they've done to the apple of the Lord's eye. Yes, they have to all die. Every single one of them have to perish and go into slavery. I don't fucking care how you feel. That's what I tell them. And they're like, this is wrong. All right, we're going to find out. We're going to find out what side you're on, because they're going into slavery. The other 16 nations are going into slavery. But afterwards, they'll get mercy. Esau Edom? No, he's getting murked all the way out of this motherfucker. He's gone. And when he comes back, because his incorruptible spirit is in all things, even Esau Edom. When he comes back, he's going to be the other nation's kids. He's going to be at the bottom of the whole thing. He's going to be the servants of the servants. He ain't going to be shit. Verse 4, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, who's that? America Babylon the Great. It's making movies about thinking they're fucking slick enough to get away with their shit. Their own people snitching on them. The mistress of witchcraft. See, that was witchcraft. That whole video we just watched was witchcraft, man. And they made money off witchcraft, just like they made money off us. Just like when it just talks about the story about Lazarus and the rich man, and talked about how those dogs who were licking on his wounds. That's the other nations making money off us. That's why they got to go into slavery with Esau Edom. That selleth nations through her whoredom. See, selleth nations. They sold a movie about them raiding all the nations, man, and they thought they was slick enough to get away with that shit. Nah, the hopeful elect see your bitch ass Esau Edom, you going down, nigga. It's over for your punk ass. And the families through her witchcraft. We're not scared of that motherfucker. If he want to come over here and do whatever, don't worry. 1,000 years, we're gonna make sure that you knew you shouldn't have did that shit, man. It's over. Verse 5, behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, Bahasham, Rawchaa. And I will discover thy skirts upon thy face. See, that's how he's discovering them. With his own people. It says Satan shall cast out Satan. They doing it. And I will show the nations thy nakedness and the kingdoms thy shame. Try to make the whole damn thing. They even made movies about 9/11 talking about we saved these 2 firemen out and what's his name? Nicolas Cage played as one of them. Like we were just so devastated as a nation. You motherfuckers did it. Shut your punk ass up, man. Verse 6, and I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and I will make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock. See? Made them vile, man. Vile. Vile. I want to look that up because I haven't looked it up before. You know, I'm always been an honest person to the best of my abilities. Every now and then I'll lie to Esau Edom's ass, but I'll be asking Lord for repentance. I'll be like, man, I can't be lying. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I agree with thy adversary quickly. I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm cool. I'm good. Don't hurt me, because I still want to do this work. You know. But I don't be lying to him like that. Like I lied. Like when I said I was late to work, I tried to make up something one time. I felt bad about it though, you know. But the Lord made me do that. You know, it's a balance, man. I ain't perfect, man. I ain't scared to lie. To like, I ain't gonna lie to the hopeful elect. I'll tell you that. You know, I was fellowshipping. But anyways, gazing stock. No, not that. I wanted to look up vile. I'll make thee vile.
Strong's H 5034. Navail.
To be senseless, be foolish, to be foolish, to regard or treat as foolish. See, these people are foolish. To treat with contempt. They thought they were smart. No, they're foolish. To sink or drop down, put them that shame. Languish, wither and fall, fade. To sink or drop down, to fall, wither and fall, fade, to droop. That's what he's doing in their kingdom right now. Dishonor, fade, esteem, disgrace, despise, man. That's how they thought about us. He said, what shall be done unto them should be done unto them. See? Make them vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock to what? Get destroyed, man. Get destroyed. They deserve it. Look what they did to their own people. They don't deserve to be alive. Fuck them. Fuck their fucking... I was riding my bike all the way across town once again, and they're out here fucking setting off fireworks at 10:30 at night, and it's illegal to do it in the city, in the city of Norman. It's illegal to do it. And they even got an article that said it's illegal to do it, but don't call the cops on them. Because they're wicked, man. They're wicked people, man. They deserve to be put to death, destroyed. Fuck Esau Edom. Fuck the 2/3. Okay? And fuck the fucking other 16 nations. That's how we feel about it. You know? Fuck them. You got a problem with it? Cool. go die with their ass. That's how we feel over here. We got to do Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 10. You know, and I look at it like, when it comes down to it, the other nations, the other 16 nations, they don't even deserve for us to say fuck you. It's like, we're not even dealing with you motherfuckers. You are worthless. As it says in 2nd Esdras chapter 5 verse 46, I think it's 5 verse 46. Yeah, I think it was where Esdras, he said that they are nothing. They're a drop from a vessel. Y'all ain't even worth saying we hate y'all. We're not even talking to you motherfuckers. That's how worthless they are. We're saying fuck you to 2/3 because y'all actually gonna come back in the kingdom. So Jeremiah chapter 49 verse 10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled. Why? Because that wicked shit they be doing. And his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. Why? Because he's never going to exist again. It's over with for his ass. It's over with for his punk ass. I'm tired of his ass. I'm tired of working for his ass. Trying to act like I'm cool and nice with his ass. Fuck them, man. Don't fuck with them, man. Said be as wise as a serpent, as humble as a dove. So when we be around them, we'll act cool. We don't fuck with them, man. So this is Isaiah 29:15, and it reads, "Woe unto them that seek deep." That was a deep thing that they did in that movie, to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark. And they say, "Who seeth us, and who knoweth, and who knoweth us?" See, but we know what's up. We know what the fuck y'all doing, man. You're not slick, E. You're not slick, man. We're gonna read this one again because Big Bro put it out. But we're gonna start at 5. So this is Psalms chapter 64, verse 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laven snares privately. They say, "Who shall see them?" The Lord putting it all over the scriptures. They think that nobody sees what they're doing. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. So they had a diligent search before they issued in all that stuff they just did. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart, which is the mind, is deep. But the Most High shall shoot them with the arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. And that's how he shoots them with an arrow. That understanding that they're the wicked and they can't change. They're going to be destroyed. Fuck them. They're going to die. We don't want to talk to y'all. We really don't like y'all. We just got to deal with y'all. So we're around right now. But as soon as the Lord gives us these powers, Lord willing, your ass is finished. Verse 8, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that sheathe them shall flee away. You know, couldn't have said it better. All right. Fuck these motherfuckers, man. Micah chapter 2, verse 1. And it reads, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it's in the power of their hand." They have the power to be able to do stuff like that. And they even make movies about it, as we see. Verse 2, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man and his heritage. That's what they did. That's what they did. Over there, over here, everywhere they've went. That's what they do. They take it by violence. So this is Psalm chapter 10, verse 15. Just like I was saying earlier, what did the Lord tell us to do? Break down the arm of the wicked and the evil man in the spirit. Seek out his wickedness till thou find none. So we're gonna always look for what he's got going on, so we can warn the flock. We're supposed to be watching. We're supposed to be looking out. You know, that's our job. Psalms 55:15. And it reads, let death seize upon them, and let them go down quick into hell. For wickedness is in their dwellings and among them. And of course, it started out with Israel, but now it's talking about these wicked 2/3, 16 other nations, and Esau, Edom, so-called white man, the son of the wicked. These motherfuckers gotta go. We want them to die a gruesome death. Not here for them. Don't care how you feel. Don't care if you start crying when we start preaching to you and telling you the real shit that's about to happen to your ass. We don't fucking care. We want your ass to perish.com. That's all we give a fuck about. Fuck them. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 11. Woe unto the wicked. It shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hands shall be given him. He's going to get a reward for what he did, for his nominated movies. You're going to get a reward. You're going to get the real reward. 1,000-year slavery and death. That's what you're going to get. We'll tell you to your fucking face. I'm not scared of Esau Edom. That motherfucker done took everything from me anyways. You think I give a fuck? If that motherfucker come takes my life, hey, come try me. I'm not going to do shit but tell you what Yahawashi said. And if he lets you touch me, hey, best believe I'm coming back for your punk ass. Whoever those Edomites out here that got those feelings, got that soft ass, pussy ass feeling about me, we're going to tell you how it is. Romans chapter 12, verse 21. Be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good. And that's what we're doing. We overcoming evil with good. You see? That's what we're doing. Now I'm going to read some of the precepts from Big Bro. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 9. It says, for lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon the assembly of great nations from the north country. It's talking about America, Babylon the Great. They shall set themselves in array against her. See? I think this is talking about verse 10. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. And that's talking about the intercontinental ballistic missiles. That's verse 10. Now we're going to read Psalms chapter 50, verse 21. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. See, he did stuff like that. He did movies like that and taunted our people with that stuff. That's why the Lord's taunting them with these scriptures. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee, which means correction, and I will set them in order before thine eyes, which is talking about the elect of Israel. Lord willing, we're part of that number. Lord willing, we're set in front of them so we can whoop their ass, Lord. Lord, give us these powers so we can murk their ass. And Lord, you know, he told us really not to touch them. If we're going to get them powers, it's really going to just go get the elect. The Lord said he wants America, Babylon the Great for himself. He hates this place. Malachi chapter 4, verse 1, but behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. See? It's verse 1, verse 2. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. That's what's coming. This place is going to get destroyed. The whole 5,000 acres for 5,000 miles of America, Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed. And we want it to. And we'll tell you to your face. I don't care. We're going to tell you. You know, will we be circumspect? We be careful who we say it to. But at the same time, sometimes I just be like, I don't give a fuck. Y'all talking about chopping our heads off and everything. So whatever, bro. Bring that shit, bro. I got faith in Yahawashi. I don't fucking care what happens to me. It's about Yahawashi at the end of the day. That's what matters. That's what it means to be a living sacrifice. To not give a fuck what happens to you. We want him to be exalted. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 14. For the Most High shall bring every work into judgment, and with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. We want our secret things that we do for the Most High to be brought to light too as well. Not to the heathens, but to our people. In the end, we want them to see that we really gave a fuck about them. We're ready to die for our people. This is our heritage, man. We gotta die for this shit. We gotta really give our lives to this shit, you know. And it's just crazy how our people, man, they really think this is a game, man. It's so much bloodshed behind this shit, and they just act like it's a funny ass game, man. Out there popping firecrackers and shit. That's why they gonna die, man. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 11. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, which is just these deceiving ass movies and stuff like that. You know, these are the wiles of the devil. You know, and I've done it before, but I want to do it again. I want to look up that word, wiles. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, so you understand. So you see the wiles of the devil. I'm gonna look that up. So the wiles of the devil, cunning arts, deceit, craft, trickery. See, that's what that is.
Strong's G 3180. Methodiah.
See, and they got some root words and stuff, but you get it. It's cunning, trickery, and that's trickery. That movie they made was trickery. You see, you know, much trickery. You know, for those who are coming new into the truth. But you know, if you can't handle the video for them new brothers, you know, or new sisters, Aqua, hey, just watch another one of my videos, because this one I'm going in on Esau Edom's bitch ass. Fuck him. You know, I'm not holding nothing back on this one. Everybody out here popping firecrackers and shit and acting like this is such a great day. They doing shit like that. Hold on. 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4. And this is what we're here to do. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, so we ain't punching nobody. We just saying fuck y'all. We can say fuck y'all. Look what y'all fucking did. But mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds. What's a stronghold? They thought that was just a damn movie, and that's an American classic. That reveals Esau Edom. Just that movie alone. It's an American classic. Verse 5, casting down imagination. See, they imagine that vain shit. It said, how did these people imagine a vain thing? You see, that's what they did. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of the Mashiach, which is Yahawashi, you know, Paleo Hebrew, you know. So now we're gonna go right here. We're gonna read this. Being clothed with humility, Romans chapter 9, verse 27. Isaiah, but that's really talking about Isaiah. That means Isaiah also cried concerning Israel. Though the number of the children of Israel as the sand of the sea, a remnant that shall be saved. So that's how we know, man. We know that we're us casting down these things, you know, we're gonna be the remnant, Lord willing, that get out of here. See what I'm saying? But the people are not gonna understand this. So cast down imaginations and every high thing that exalted himself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought of the obedience of the Mashiach. That's our job. We're supposed to bring everything under understanding of his righteousness and his judgment, and having it in a readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. And that's what we're doing. We're fulfilling our obedience to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, by doing what? Knowing that we can't save all of Israel. We can't save nobody. But what I'm saying is we can't shed light to all of Israel. Some of them can't see the light, so they're not going to get it. They're going to die here. And you got to have that obedience of, I'm still going to complete the mission. We're soldiers. We're supposed to complete the mission. So this is 1 John chapter 1, verse 9. And it reads, if we confess our sins, he is faithful and just to forgive our sins and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. And that's what we want. Well, we can't be cleansed from all unrighteousness if we don't understand what unrighteousness is, which is serving America Babylon the Great. I'll tell you that. You got people, you got the damn fruit roll-ups over here trying to join the military. For what? For this shit they did? You want to go fight for these motherfucking bastards? You must be one of them, so fucking die with them. Psalm chapter 5, verse 4, for thou art not a power, which is talking about the Most High Yahawah, because it's an uppercase G, that hath pleasure in wickedness, neither shall evil dwell with thee. So the fact that we have this knowledge is a very big blessing to us, you know? That means that we are casting evil out from us, and because the Lord can't put this knowledge in the evil vessel. That's why I'll be like, hey, you Esau Edom, you're not gonna be able to hold this in. You're gonna get rid of it eventually, or you're gonna bug out, or if you're 2/3, or if you're the other nations. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 17. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. And that's what they're about. But the Lord is about to make sure they drink a double cup of their own shit. So this is Proverbs chapter 2. We're going to read this whole chapter. It's not long. It says, my son, if thou wilt receive my words and hide my commandments with thee, so that thou incline thy ear unto wisdom and apply thine heart, which is your mind, to understanding. Understanding what? These wicked motherfuckers got to perish. And understanding that we might not make it out of here, but we're going to serve Yahawashi, Yahawashi. And if we make it out of here, the water, Yahawashi, Yahawashi. We die, the water, Yahawashi, Yahawashi. So yea, if thou criest after knowledge, and liftest up thy voice for understanding, if thou seekest her as silver, and searchest for her as for hid treasures, and this is a searching through these precepts, then thou shalt understand the fear of the Lord. What's that? To stay occupied in prophecy, like it says in Ecclesiasticus chapter 39, verse 1, and making sure that you are in order with the brotherhood, to find the knowledge of the Most High. For the Lord giveth wisdom, out of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding. And all you got wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. There's levels to it. He layeth up the sound of wisdom for righteousness. He is the buckler to them that walk uprightly, which we know started with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down. He keepeth the paths of judgment and preserveth the way of his saints. And we, Lord willing, we part of his saints. And thou shalt understand righteousness and judgment and equity, yea, every good path. See, we want to learn every good path. We want to learn everything. You know, the 100% truth. When wisdom enter into thine heart, which is their mind, and which is your mind, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul, discretion shall preserve thee. See? Understanding shall keep thee. I want to look at that word discretion. It's interesting. It's something interesting. This is Proverbs chapter 2, verse 11. Verse 11. So we'll look at this word discretion in verse 11. Discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee, right? So discretion.
Strong's H 4209. Mezimah.
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 Which means purpose, device, plot. What's our plot? To fulfill the will of Yahawashi. Our purpose. You know? And it also says device is evil, but it can mean that. But that's the purpose of the wicked. But in this situation, it's talking about righteousness, you know, intent. Our intent is to serve Yahawashi Yahawashi. That's why it says in this one, discretion shall preserve thee. Our intent for Yahawashi Yahawashi is what's going to bring us more understanding and, you know, more preservation. That's what he's saying. Understanding shall keep thee, to deliver thee from the way of the evil man. See, that's how we know when you look, and that's why you can't just read everything in the blue letter Bible and be like, oh, it says that. Well, you know, you got to go by the Spirit and listen to what he's saying. you know, in those precepts. So understanding shall keep thee to deliver thee from the way of the evil man, from the man that speaketh froward things, which is who? Esau, Edom, so-called white man, first and foremost. Then the other 16 nations, because they follow after him, who leave the path, and 2/3, who leave the paths of uprightness to walk in the ways of darkness, and that's what they do. Who rejoice to do evil and delight in the frowardness of the wicked, whose ways are crooked and they are forward in their past. Like that whole thing they did with that movie, that's wicked, man. That's some wicked ass, crooked ass shit. He said you can't make crooked what you can't make straight what he made crooked, man. And they're really crooked. They really are. Verse 16, to deliver thee from the strange woman, and that's talking about the women of America, Babylon the Great, and also America, Babylon the Great. Even from the stranger which flattereth with her words, which forsaketh the God of her youth, and forgetteth the covenant of her power, which is the Most High, Yahawashi. And that's also talking about Eve, because there's a lot of Eve that's fucked off too. But there's some of them that are good too, just not many. For the house inclineth unto death, and her paths unto the dead. See? Get your ass fucking murked fucking with her ass, fucking with them wicked ass bitches. None that go unto her return again, neither take they hold of the paths of life, that thou mayest walk in the way of good man and keep the paths of the righteous. And that's what we want to do. We want to keep the paths of the righteous. You know? For the upright shall dwell in the land, and the perfect shall remain in it. But the wicked shall be cut off from the earth, and the transgressor shall be rooted out of it. And while that's going on, while they're getting rooted out, it's the spirit being clothed with humility. Put this. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So while that's going on, the Lord is shortening the days so he can get the elect out. Lord willing, we part of that number. So I got a little bit more precepts. I got about 4 more precepts, and then we out of here. So this is Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 1. And it reads, well, we got to do 11. Salakia. Yeah, 33, verse 11. I think I spelled that wrong. Nope, I didn't. So Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 11. Say unto them, as I live, saith the Lord, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, I have no pleasure in the death of the wicked, but that the wicked turn from his way and live. And that's talking about for Israel. So we don't have no pleasure in 2/3 dying, but we like, fuck y'all, because y'all don't, we know they ain't going to change. But we don't have no pleasure in it. We're not going around, being like, in that kind of way. We don't have no pleasure in that, but you got to die because you don't want to listen to y'all about Shema and Shah. You got to pay for that. But that the wicked turn away from his way and live. Turn from ye your evil ways. For why will ye die, O house of Israel? See, it's only talking about Israel. But the wicked, are going to stay wicked. So we don't care if they die. But this is mainly talking to, this is really talking to the elect. Because they're going to change. They're going to come back. You see what I'm saying? So, like, we don't have no pleasure in, like, what it means about no pleasure in the death of the wicked is, like, we're going to rejoice that Yahweh Shem Yahawashi delivered us more than we sitting here, worried about them. We're going to be glad we made it, if we do make it, Lord willing, So, that's basically what it's saying, When it talks about that the wicked turn from his way and live, the only ones that are going to turn away from the wicked and live is the elect right now. No one else, So we don't have no pleasure in the death of the wicked. We have pleasure in being saved. We have pleasure in being part of the people who are getting the fuck out of here. So this is Matthew. chapter 25, verse 46. And it reads, and these shall go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous into life eternal. And that's what we want. We want to be those people that come into life and immortality. You know, Lord willing, we the ones who get out on the first resurrection. You know, because all Israel is going to make it, period. So this is Matthew chapter 12, verse 34. And it reads, O generation of vipers, how can ye being evil speak good things? See, they're evil. They're not going to speak no good things. 2/3 of our people are not going to speak good things. And, you know, that's just how it's going to be. Only elect is going to speak good things. But we're just the hopeful elect. We don't know who the elect is, but we're going to find out at the end. For out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh, the mind. And this the abundance is this word, you know. So this is Luke chapter 1, verse 37. And it reads, for with the Most High, nothing shall be impossible. You see? So nothing is going to be impossible with Yahawashi. So when they say that, when people ask questions, or they try to bring us people to try to, you know, they think that they're on some type of level or some shit. They don't have Yahawashi. So they not with the shit. Okay, they don't understand that anything with Yahawashi is not impossible. If you don't have Yahawashi, you're not getting through. You're not gonna get through this life. Okay, satisfied. Period. Romans chapter 2, verse 1. Therefore, thou art inexcusable, O man, whatsoever thou art that judgest, for wherein thou judgest another, and thou condemnest thyself, for thou that judgest doest the same things. And that's why we got to be separate from these other people. We got to be separate from these false doctrines. We got to be separate from the people in the world. Because if we try to judge them and then do the same stuff, then that means that the Lord ain't messing with us. And that's why we got to completely change, man. Got to be a new man. Verse 2, but we are sure that the judgment of the Most High is according to the truth against which commit such things. See, this truth is what's separating everybody. Verse 3, and thinkest thou this, O man, that judgest them which do such things, and doest the same, that thou shalt escape the judgment of the Most High? No, you're not going to escape the judgment of the Most High. You doing the same stuff like these wicked ass people and celebrating this shit. You can't be celebrating this shit, man. Shit's got to be done with, man. So Salakia for the late video, but I gotta be back and work a double. I'm gonna be at the work all day, and then afterwards, there's actually somebody who actually has some questions. So, you know, Lord willing, I can edify them, and the Lord puts the Qadash on me, and I can, you know, give him the answers that he wants, because, you know, we can't access the spirit. So shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, to the Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American, West Indian, Haitians, the foreign Israelites that live like the other nations scattered across the four corners of the earth. I want to give all praise to Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi. Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi. Got to give all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. I'm going to give double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone who led me to this truth and been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, and show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who are part of the elect, to the hopeful elect. Lord willing, be part of that number. Lord willing, is be edifying to those who fear in the name of the Lord and striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5, and it's not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9. It's unto a ring. 2 Ezra chapter 5, verse 42. Why above the ball? The water for tuning in, who all came in, the water for your precepts. Call on Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Lord willing, we out of there real soon. DTA, we up next, Lord willing. Shalom.